Good.
All right. Who likes superheroes? Raise your hand if you like superheroes. What does a superhero look like? Anybody want to tell me? What you see them on TV all the time?
Strong.
Strong. Definitely.
Magical.
Magical. They have powers.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything about what they're wearing?
They're all in costumes.
Costume of some sort? They might not show it all the time, but at least when they're being the superhero,
Yeah.
they might have their cape. Okay? There's so many different superheroes, and they all have different costumes, and they all have different powers. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, very.
If you could be a superhero and have a different power, is it okay to look different than somebody else?
Yes.
Yes.
Who wants to look like everybody else?
Just like my costume doesn't have a matching cape. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it okay to have different superhero power than anybody else?
Yes.
That is extra cool, because then you can do something or help in a way that somebody else can't help. Do you think that there are superheroes out there that don't even know that they're superheroes?
Yes.
Hadn't thought of that.
Probably.
They haven't discovered their special power yet, but it's there. In fact, do you know that there are superheroes that live in Springfield?
Really?
There are 116,000 of them. Do you know that there are superheroes in this school, in Maple Elementary? Anybody want to guess how many?
However many kids there are in school.
That's right, there are 400 of them. Every single one of you is a superhero. You might not wear your costume every day, although my nephews would like to. And it might not be hiding underneath your clothes, but you are a superhero. Not just on Halloween. How many of you been a superhero on Halloween?
Never.
Every single day you're a superhero. You are a superhero in disguise. You are a unique one with unique superpowers. You have super brains. Some of the adults might remember a show called Bionic Man or Bionic Woman, and they had computer parts in their body that helped them run faster, see better, hear better. But you already have a natural, amazing computer in your head. Did you know that you have 100 billion nerve cells communicating in your brain? So that's kind of like these little roads and trees in your brain, and they send messages from one to the other. There are whole bunches of them, 100 billion of them. And I'll probably have like a bunch of zeros and maybe even have the kids come up and do
How many
zeros.
Yeah.
That's the same as the number of stars in our galaxy. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you can see the stars better than others? What makes it so sometimes you can't see the stars?
Clouds.
Clouds? Daytime?
Daytime.
Are the stars still there?
Yep.
Okay, so you have these nerve cells in your brain all the time. And there are some things that help those nerve cells work better or make it so we can see how they work better. And sometimes they're not working as well. Can anybody think of something that would make it so that they wouldn't be working as well? Just like Superman, kryptonite takes away his powers. What's something that we do that
Cold medicine. Any kind of medicine.
medicine sometimes?
Not enough water.
Water. We definitely need water. How about junk food?
Junk food, yeah.
Staff of life.
So let's talk about some things that help the brain work better, so we can see your superpowers and you can use them better. So think along those lines of junk food. Think of some good foods that we could eat.
Fruits.
Fruits, vegetables.
Yep. Especially cherries, apples, melons,
Blueberries.
blueberries. Yep. Acai berries. Even nuts like walnuts and almonds, especially. And spices, even cinnamon and curry, are really good for the brain. And how about something that some people might like and some people might not like?
Spinach.
Yes, that is true with vegetables. How about a meat that some people like and some people don't?
Fish.
Fish. Sardines, oysters, fish. They have something called DHA. So I'll have 3 kids come up and hold DHA up. That's a really great revealer of your superpowers. And you can get it not only just in fish, but also there's some other things. So as long as you find something on the label that says DHA, it can come from flaxseed, it can come from a special kind of algae. So it does. Even vegetarians can find ways to have DHA. Some other things that you can do that would be helpful to show off your brain to use those superpowers would be things that you can do. Like, how many of you are in orchestra? Okay, playing an instrument. Music is going to help. And you're having to use lots of different parts of your brain.
Sleep.
Sleep, definitely. Getting enough sleep, that's really important. Think of anything else?
Exercise.
Exercise, movement, especially things that make you use both sides of your body back and forth
Carries the oxygen to the blood.
and get, oxygen to your brain. Dancing, even taking a walk, like taking your dog for a walk is going to help your brain. Learning a new language, playing board games at home with your family members or your friends. And a lot of these things are things that you can do at home easily, but they might not be so easy to do in the classroom. So I'm going to give you some ideas of things that you can do in the classroom. So one of them you can do right here, right now where you're sitting. Just hold your head still. And then look over to the left as far as you can look. And then over to the right as far as you can look without moving your head. Did you know that that helps grow new roads in your brain? We hardly ever do that with our eyes because we usually turn our head. So just making our eyes do some different things that they're not used to doing. And then also making pictures in your brain. Like when somebody's reading you a story and they're not showing you the pictures, did you know they're actually helping your brain that way? So you can make that picture in your own brain however you want that picture to be. And you're making more roads, and more roads in your brain means that more information can move faster and not get blocked by a traffic jam. Then there's another one that you can do, even sitting right here or sitting in the classroom. If you hold the back of your head with one hand and hold your forehead with the other hand. And you can even do it this way if you want. But that helps kind of calm down all of your brain and tells all of your brain you want it to work. So it kind of makes sure that the lights are on. So if you're worried or stressed out or having trouble thinking of something, that's why some people come up with great ideas when they're at home relaxing, leaning back with their hands on their head, and they'll come up with a super idea. They might not want to get up and do it, but they come up with an idea. Okay, another one you can do anywhere is called alternate nostril breathing. So I want everybody to try this with me. Just hold one side of your nose, doesn't even matter which side. Breathe in through the other one. And then switch and breathe out the other one. Now breathe in again through that same one. And you just do that for a few minutes, and basically it tells both parts of the sides of the brain to be on. Usually any time in the day, if you ever put your hand underneath your nose, you'll notice that one side breathes more than the other side. It's because your brain's taking turns with handling all the things that are kind of going on automatically. So you don't have to tell your brain, I want to walk now. So you can do that when you're walking down the hall on the way to your class. You can do that anytime. And you'll notice that one side is plugged up when you have a cold kind of thing. That's because your brain's taking turns. Okay, another one you can do, and this is especially good for when you're tired, is to touch some spots underneath your collarbone. If you go in toward the place where you feel that kind of dip in between, and go underneath, kind of between the top rib and the collarbone. Those spots are sometimes sensitive, so if you find a spot that feels a little bit more sore than another spot, you probably have it. And those are some special points that you can rub to help you feel more awake.
They didn't tell us that in college when we were trying to cram.
And then some other special spots are right here and right here. So these are spots that have to do with your brain. So again, it's waking up your brain. And then there's something called Cook's Hookups. So I need somebody to come sit down. Anybody willing?
Jessie is, she's ending up.
She's standing up.
I'm manning the camera, or impersonating the camera.
All right, I'll do it. Okay, so while you're sitting down, I want you to take your hands out in front of you, cross them, turn them so that the palms face each other. There you go. Put them together. Link your fingers, and then pull them up. Okay, and then cross your ankles. So that right there is something you can do anytime, in the middle of the test, when you're having trouble concentrating, or before the test. And then just breathe deeply. Especially into your belly. So that's called a hookup. And then there is a super sign. You've seen a plus sign, you've seen a minus sign, but there's a super sign. Anybody have a guess what's a superhero sign? For you, for your brain?
Dollars. Dollar sign.
Dollar sign.
Infinity
The
symbol.
infinity sign.
Oh.
It's that 8 turned on to its side. It's not sleeping, it's actually helping tons of things. It's making you use both sides of your brain, and you can do this with your own body. You can do this while you're doodling. You can do this on your scratch paper in the middle of the test. If you're having trouble concentrating on what somebody's saying and you're kind of getting bored, if you start doodling that sideways 8, it'll kind of help you pay attention. And you can do this like you're an elephant and this is your trunk. You can do it with your eyes. So and then like I said, you can write it down. And then some other things that you can do that maybe you should do these before the test because they're a little bit more active and the kid next to you might notice if you're doing it. But marching, using the 2 sides of your brain at the same time, it kind of gets everything activated. And also, you can rub your ears. This is kind of like a whole body massage. So this is waking up all the parts of your body and all the parts of your brain and relaxing them and helping relieve the stress in case you're kind of feeling nervous. It's like massaging your whole body. So those are things that you can do any day, anytime to help the superhero powers that are in your head already come out and be shown and use them. So you can help anybody, you can help yourself, and you can help your school or your friend or your neighbor if they're kind of getting stuck. You can be a superhero too.
Very good.